Hello, my angels, and welcome back to a new day, a new reading, and happy lunar eclipse, right? It's a big day. So let's see what's going on with you, collective, that we're doing this beautiful reading for today. I want to see what's around you in this moment of time. So let's see what's around this collective. First cut out abundance. Nice. So keeping a positive mindset and manifest. And gratitude and bliss and blessings. So you could be taking a notice of maybe you have some manifestations that you have seen come in, or you're thinking they are about to come in. Again, with the shift that is happening in this moment of time, you could have maybe been working quite a lot on your abundance, your pentacles, right? But being very grateful and finding bliss and happiness within the everyday life, right? But then we have the snake. The snake here talks about the competition, the enemy, the other woman, the other man as well, right? But looking over your shoulder. So could there be something attached to you that makes you feel like that snake energy, or you know for a fact you're in some kind of competition, you have some kind of malicious, I don't really like that word, but let's be real, sometimes it is like that, right? Energy around you. Either you know it for a fact or you feel it, right? Let's just see a bit more here. And healing heart. So the healing heart, it talks about the healing from heartbreak, right? The toxicity and addictions, abusive relationship. I don't hope you have been like, why would you ever hope that for anyone, right? But that you're finding yourself coming out of something abusive. I think it's more like healing that heart space of yours, focusing on and taking your time when it comes to that. And that could be why the snake is here, right? And it's something here within the energy that you would be taking notice of. I just want one more for overall energy when it comes to this collective. And the cut down, okay. So cut down, cutting out, separation, stopping the pattern, and silent treatment. What I am hearing when it comes to this, you could have had silent treatment. And that could have been a pattern within this dynamic. But you're trying to have a positive mindset when it comes to this. Even though we have quite heavy energy, you're still trying to be positive. You could be shifting yourself on trying to look at the lessons as blessings, not letting it weigh you down. Right here, right now, I feel very drawn to the snake. There's just something here about it that stands out to me right now. I'm not sure you know it for a fact that there is competition when it comes to this. Maybe you will have indications, or again, that's what you are thinking, that there is some kind of competition, maybe something to do with third-party interference in a way. But you're trying to heal the heart, right? From this energy, the toxicity, and you could maybe have been quite addicted to keep tabs on that energy, or being very aware of it, and therefore spending quite a lot of your time within the process of thought on figuring it out. But definitely a separation, and I think that separation has been with a lot of silence since it's here, right? And again, I'm taking myself back to that snake. You could be thinking that the silent treatment is due to some kind of competition, some kind of enemy. And maybe the other woman is quite significant for this collective. Maybe you know that for a fact, that there is someone else, or again, you feel it, you think it, right? Okay, let's see. What about the abundance, the positive mindset, the gratitude, the bliss here? And heartbroken. So it is collective. So don't make it fit. If you know you're sitting in just being very painful, so to speak, when it comes to, again, what you say to yourself and what you feel within your everyday life, I don't think this reading is for you. You are trying to be positive, even though, and we have it confirmed here twice, that your heart would be shattered in this moment of time. You're deeply hurt, sad, feeling loss, grieving, and despair, the breakup, right? It makes me think that maybe it hasn't been like that long ago this has happened, because the way it is still very present within your energy, right? It makes me think that maybe something has happened here, right? But you're trying to be positive. Again, trying to see the lessons as blessings and maybe not be so Five of Cups. It comes to my mind. I'm seeing that within my mind, the Five of Cups, which talks about the sadness over all of that spilled milk, so to speak, and not being aware of, well, 2 cups are still standing full of emotions here, but we're not focusing on that. You could be shifting from that, or that could resonate with you, that you have been feeling like that, and again, shifting from it, right? I want one from the snake as well. What is that? Coffee cup, okay. I want one more. The snake, the coffee cup. And Cupid's arrow. So maybe it's more to tie you to the situation, right? Again, I feel like that other woman, that sentence stands out to me. And it could be the fact that you're finding yourself thinking there is competition when it comes to this, right? Over this meeting, wanting to talk, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, building friendships. I don't think it's tying in with friendships. I'm gonna be honest. It feels more within the love department, with the broken heart and the healing heart, okay? And then we have Cupid's arrow. So it's something here, even though that energy is present, right? And again, we're going to confirm if it is like that, but it's to tie it to it as a collective. So again, if the process of thought don't match that energy that we have on the spread, it wouldn't be your reading. But having that outlook of something is in competition here, right? Could it be within, again, love? I'm thinking you think that collective, that there is someone else keeping this person occupied, so to speak, within that moment of time. That other woman that other woman doesn't need to be, I've said mean for a reason, but it doesn't need to be that there's a love bond. It can be a female friend, it can be a female co-worker, it could be a mother, a sibling, a cousin, right? But I think woman is significant. It's like you think there is someone there within this person's corner, but you're still finding yourself having faith and wanting to meet, wanting to talk, right? And again, it makes me think that this may not have been so long ago with the energy. Have faith, love is coming. Surprise invitation struck by love. I think you're waiting for that to happen. For that Cupid's arrow to come in yet again. What I am thinking right now is the reason that you're finding yourself being positive is that this separation hasn't been long. Not that that would take you out of that positivity, but it wouldn't be tied with an energy of so much heartbreak, if you get what I'm saying. If you would have been, so to speak, longer within your separation journey, it wouldn't have come out as the overall energy for you. It would have come out as more of tapping further into the energy, right? And that indicates for me as a reader, it is still present. And I feel it within me as well, the way I'm speaking, the way I'm feeling right now. But you have faith. You want this meeting. I think you very much want to talk to this person. I want to see about the healing heart, passion. So there's a lot of passion. Your outlook again, collective, right? A lot of passion. You would be going over that insane chemistry, and you would be feeling that, the spark, the having fun, but equal interest and burning desire. So again, within your mind, you would be thinking that this is reflected, that you and your person both feel this, it's equal, right? Feeling that passion. But then again, you have been silent treatment. You have been having silent treatment here. You have been cut down. There is a reason why the separation came in, right? Knocking at your door. And I don't know why I'm seeing that, but all of a sudden this axe, it reminds me of a red flag, and you could be ignoring a lot of red flags when you were together, not wanting to see them due to the passion, the chemistry. It was quite hard maybe for you to see past that. Again, I'm getting that feeling of it. It was like it didn't matter with all of that red flags that was present within this dynamic, because the chemistry was just off the charge. So you excused it. You would have been excusing a lot of things when it came to this dynamic. And I think you still are, again, seeing your energy, the process of thought that you would be having in this moment of time. I want one more for the passion. And then the karmic relationship. I don't think you think it's a karmic relationship. I think you are becoming aware of maybe something here with resentment, but that would be within you, right? And maybe you are having a bit of resentment towards that person, again, with the broken heart here and healing heart. You could also be finding yourself having a lot of, I was about to say to-dos when it comes to this person. They have to do this, they have to do that. They have to come in like this, they have to speak like that, they have to say things like that. Because that's what you're finding yourself being in need of, right? To ease that energy, to ease the healing heart and the heartbreak. I'm finding myself wanting to say quite a lot, don't make this fit within this reading. Don't make it fit. But there are triggers here, right? When it comes to this, the healing within this heartbreak and all of that passion. Intensity. So very intense, again, ties into the passion, letting go. again, you could be wanting to come into that energy, or you think that you are kind of coming into that energy, but I'm gonna be honest with you, collective, we aren't quite there. You are capable of getting there. But there are certain steps within your journey that you need to go through to come to a standpoint within yourself where you are in utter and complete release. Because you don't crave this anymore. It's like it's not even in the forefront of your mind, right? And this is coming to my mind for a reason. I think you are waking up thinking about this person. First thought within your mind when you go to bed at night. They are the last thought within your mind. And I think you sent them a lot of thoughts throughout the day about missing them. And again, I feel like you will go over conversations you could be having with this person if they just came in and asked you out on a coffee, right? And I'm not saying that you're asking for too much. However, there's always a reason why things aren't coming in this moment of time. Again, with the abundance, the positive mindset, right? Have that awareness. I am being protected from things I do not need to be in, from things I don't need to see, from things that are not my emotions, my feelings to handle. And that is why it ain't coming in within this moment of time. If it's meant to be, it will always be. Have that faith, right? And have that in the forefront of your mind. Let's see about the cut down here. Cut down. Seduction. The seduction here talks about the attraction, the teasing, the hookup, and date, third party, and temptation, as I said it right within the beginning of the reading when it came to that snake. I think within your mind, to make sense of why this needed to happen or why it did happen, you think there is someone else within the background. I was getting that very clearly, but then again, the other woman can talk about other people within our lives, right? But I think you think throughout this, when this separation happened and why there was this silent treatment, your person would have moved on to something else. Maybe something that was quite tempting. With the hookup and the date, right? Let's just see with one more here. And the blowing kisses. But you're finding yourself with that unconditional love. Unconditional love, giving and receiving, receiving fairness and love, affection in return. The thing is, this collective, you haven't been shown that, right? You haven't been shown a fairness within this love dynamic. You would be very much within the lens of being a bit blinded for the behavior, excusing their behavior, because you're having a lot of love for them. So again, like I said in the beginning, with how this reminded me of the red flags you were ignoring when you were together, I think you still are. Not wanting to see it clearly. Let's see, I want a bit more when it comes to this. When it comes to that snake energy, the separation, we have the kisses, and not today. So again, it is confirming We have separation. Again, it talks about that breakup, the sadness, the missing you, thinking of you, yearning, unsure of the future, right? And this collective you are within that yearning state. You're missing them, you're thinking of them. So don't make it fit. If you are not finding yourself having that energy, embodying that energy, or the things I deviate about do not fit within your process of thought, again, it is not your reading, so don't make it fit. Our energy is precious, and we shouldn't be wasting our energy on unnecessary things, right? But again, with the kisses, you do have unconditional love throughout that separation. And it makes me think again, it weren't that long ago. With all of that heartbreak and all of that still reflecting upon the passion, yes, there's someone else maybe within the middle, your thoughts, right, that would have caused this separation to happen within the first place. You're still finding yourself being in your own rights, having much love for that person. Again, completely ignoring what is truly happening here, right? Not really wanting to face the music, so to speak. It could be a bit painful for you to actually think about it, so you would rather shift it to know they're just dealing with something here, and any second now they're gonna come back. And then we have not today. So it makes me again have that confirmation of that is why they are not dealing, right? And that snake is present within their lives, that other woman, the competition. You could be seeing them as an enemy because then again, they have your person. But the thing is, I know it's quite common that within a dynamic where you would be seeing yourself having a soul tie in one way, shape, or form. Why? Let it be twin flames, let it be soulmate, let it be divine counterpart, whatever it may be, right? It's quite common for you to have that outlook of, even though we are not together, it's like you're still together because you're tied energetically. And you can find yourself having so much, so much ownership over your person, instead of releasing it. And instead of coming into the understanding of, we are not together right now. They are free to do whatever they want to. If that's painful for me, then there's something here for me to heal. That person has their own free will. I do not control them. I do not control this situation, nor do I control the outcome of it. The only thing that I can do is truly focus on this, to heal my heart from what really happened within this dynamic. To learn from the past, right? So it does not repeat itself. Does it make sense? Is there more here when it comes to this, my angels? The Grim Reaper. The relationship is over, no second chance, grow and transform your life, right? Again, I don't think that's your outlook. Yeah, but then we have love call. So what it makes me think is that even though they have shown you that they are not dealing, that they are avoiding having any kind of conversation with you or interfering with you in any sort of way, even though you would be maybe thinking, yes, the relationship is over, again with the breakup, I don't think you're in your mind again having that this is over, this is done, this is dusted, this is never ever coming back. I'm not feeling that. But if we take it to the separation, right? Throughout this separation, they have not been dealing. Again, they have said it is over, but you're still thinking something will come from it in this moment of time. It's like you're waiting for them to shoot their shot with a coffee cup, asking you out. Again, expressing love with the love call here. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. And I'm gonna be honest, it feels like you're waiting on that within this moment of time. Okay. I want to see a bit further into this, into your guys' dynamic right here, right now. Let's see, we're gonna do these. Were that the right ones? Oh, I'm messing up my cards now. Stay. So, if we look in to this collectives, what would you say that this collectives, maybe just your dynamic? So right here, right now, Spirit, what can you tell me about this dynamic that the collective is finding themselves in? Let's just do 3 here. It's sorrow, emotional storm, and shocking. Again, it is confirming when it comes to that first spread we did, right? Sorrow, the loss, the grief, depression. I don't think you are depressed. I think you're very much, again, within the process of wanting to heal your heart. But you would be feeling grief. You would be feeling loss when it comes to your person. You could be feeling a bit sorry for yourself. More of that 5 of Pentacles kind of energy. It's coming to my mind for a reason. An emotional storm. I think you're finding yourself in that, but I also think that there are more emotional storms to come. Again, with this shocking, the unexpected, the turmoil, if we take it to that separation, it could have come in like that. It could have been quite shockingly for you, and that is why you're finding yourself within that emotional storm. Also, that is why if you haven't been giving a lot of answers when it came to why this separation would need to happen, it is quite common to go in and then start reflecting so much that you are starting to tell yourself your own little storyline of why this happened, not having any proof, simply because it makes sense to you. There's something in it, and something in the things you are saying to yourself that makes you, right? Yes, it would be an emotional storm for you. That emotional storm would make sense. So you are tying things together, not knowing it for a fact, but because it for you makes sense. So for you, it would be making sense that why this person is not dealing, avoiding all of it, is because they're dealing with someone else. Someone there that is your reflection, an enemy, so to speak, because they, like I said, that deviation, they have your person, right? And I'm gonna be honest, it is quite sad. Again, I know you all go through stages within life, as we do, but it still is sad when you come across an energy like that. I'm being a bit tongue-tied. But let's see a bit more. Yes, the broken and the ecstasy. So it is like it's in an odd way, even though you are so broken and shattered and destroyed from what this person did to you, you're still finding that ecstasy within it. You're wanting that thrill, the excitement, the good times, right? And the thing is, if you take the label away, whatever label you collective have put on them, whatever it may be, twin flame, soulmate, divine counterpart, whatever it may be, what they did to you, would you be dealing with it like that if it were any other connection, any other? Or would you be having more strength and standing more firmly within yourself and say, I'm not going to deal with this? Because I think you're quite blinded to the fact that you feel that soul connection to your person. And it's like you don't want to think anything ill or bad about them. It's like you have more understanding for them, why they did what they did, than why you shouldn't put up with it. And that's really something to ask yourself. Why is it that I have more understanding from them, for them and their emotions, and why they are doing what they are doing, than for myself and my healing and my broken heart? If someone has broken your heart in a shocking way, in a silent treatment kind of way, that is not easy. And why is it that you're finding yourself craving for that person to reach out, just having that Cupid's arrow struck again? Why is it that you're so codependent to that person and just wanting them back, red flags or not? Chemistry. Yes, I think again it's kind of they're confirming, because it said that with that deviation. Oh my God, I'm so tongue tied. With that deviation, right, about the chemistry. And that could be why it's so hard for you to let this go. The chemistry you felt with that person was unmatched. You have never in your life felt that kind of chemistry with anybody. Like your soul would be electrified, right? Your bodies would just kind of melt together into one. Yeah, and releasing. And that's what you need to come into. The releasing of this, right? The releasing of it. And you would need to find outlets to be able to let this go. So if you're thinking again about how do you normally try to release something when it comes to emotions? Are you the kind of person that needs to go for a long walk? Do you need to take a drive in your car, listening to music and just screaming your soul out to love songs? Or do you need to write? Do you need to journal? Do you need to go work out? Again, emotions are there for a reason, right? So instead of trying to push what you're feeling away, come into a sort of understanding. Again, to release any emotions, we need to understand why we are feeling them. Does it make sense? And if you're not taking the time to sit in it, to process it, to rethink it, but for your gain, not in the lens of wanting them back or the reminiscing, but be more logical. Have a more logical approach. What really went down? What happened? Why is it that I am feeling like this? What kind of answers is it that I am seeking? Why do I allow that energy still here in my present instead of focusing on me? If that person is dealing with someone else, why is it that I am sitting still here and craving them? What in me is so broken that matters more than me and my broken heart? Really try to tap in, collective, to that self-love and find an outlet for your emotions. Maybe you need to take up boxing, that comes to my mind, to release that emotional storm, the sorrow, the anger, the resentment, the fear of this not coming in, this not being your person, them not feeling the same. Coming to terms with all of those feelings. Again, and it takes time. It's not a one-night thing. It's not a do one thing, fix all kind of scenario. It takes time, and that is okay. So have that understanding. Give yourself grace within this moment of time. To just have understanding. My feelings are valid. I am feeling what I am feeling for a reason. If I didn't feel like this, I wouldn't be able to walk through it. I wouldn't be able to turn all of this pain into strength and into power. But you need to be able to understand why your emotions are there. Right? So find a way where you can do that. Have that understanding. Breaking point. Limit, final straw, and overwhelmed. And I think you are, collective. Finding yourself at a breaking point when it comes to this. Again, the soul is only able to take so much pain before it breaks. And it's like all of those floodgates that you are again trying to be positive about. It would be feeling like, in a lack of a better word, that it would be crumbling. Because I think right here, right now, you are just in that outlook of just wanting that person back and having so much faith instead of looking at all of the red flags that are present with you in this moment of time. And there is a reason why you feel the pain. And the pain is not a need for you to run away. Face it. Face the pain. Ask the pain to come sit with you at your table. Talk with it. Gain understanding from it. That's the only way you would be able to flick it into your advantage. To turn it into power. Where do we go from here, collective? Where do we go from here? The Divine Masculine card was left back. On here again, everything happens for a reason. Let's just see. I want to. Do we do this? I think we are. And then we are gonna take the other deck here. But I want to see this collective within your journey, what you are, so to speak, coming into within your journey. fantasy land. Fantasy land. Make sure everyone involved is being realistic and on the same page, and you are not right now. You are not being realistic. Again, I'm saying that for a reason, that you need to become realistic, to be more logical when it comes to this. And emerging dawn, trust that every ending is another beginning coming in disguise. And it is. Every closed door that comes your way, it's for a new and better one to open. So you're trying to keep that positive mindset, right? But the way you are doing it is in the lens of ignoring everything that is wrong within this dynamic, instead of accepting that this person did that to you and you are feeling the way you are feeling for a reason. So surrender that. Surrender to that emotion. The door have may closed right now. Look around you. What other doors are open to you? I think that door of self-love is wide open, asking you to enter. But you do not have your focus on it right now. And again, you are very much caught up still in that person, having that need of them to come in and ask you out. Valley of shadow. Step into the evolving valley of shadow, where fears are faced and the courage is forged in dimly lit paths. Again, I'm sorry for my way of pronouncing. And the shield of resilience. Empty your shield of resilience, guarding against external pressures while nurturing your internal strength in love and career. Your internal collective. Everything in a reading is for a reason, right? And it just ties in. Face that. Face the fears. Again, the fears are only there because it's something new that we haven't done. That's why fear is there, right? And we take situations or circumstances that we used to be in and we put it into the new situation. So that old fear is still there within this moment. Does it make sense? Look into that fear. Face it head on. Look it dead in the eyes. I do not fear your fear. I see you. I feel you. And I'm gonna walk through you. Face it. And this comes to my mind for a specific reason as well, so I'm gonna share it. Throughout my healing journey, again, we are going through shifts, right? All of the time shifting, gaining new understanding and awareness within our journey. When I started my journey many years ago, I started making, I don't do it anymore, but I did it for a time because, again, it made sense to me within that moment of time. There is a specific woman here in Denmark that I would usually, or I used to listen to a podcast she was in. And she is a very charismatic soul, and I have always find it so amusing the way she spoke about fear-based things and the way she would speak about things that would annoy her. She had a very particular way of pronouncing words, of saying words that would just make me, again, kind of crack up. I would use her in my mind again for a time because it made sense to me. So what I would picture in my mind was this table, a long table. And at the end of the table, she was sat. She was sat there to be like kind of the ruler of which energy were present and wanting to speak within my mind. So we would have ego, we would have fear, we would have childhood trauma, we would have, I was about to say ego again, we would have self-love, we would have had abandonment, we would have had resentment. All of the feelings within me would be present at this table. And when something came up within my mind, she would be the one. It was me, but she would be the one in my mind allocating, pointing the finger to that whatever came up energy. So let's just talk again to fear. So fear would come up. Something fear-based would arise within me. She would go, we are not listening to you. We are not listening to you. Fear, take a seat, sit down. Sit down. Don't be rising up within her body of emotions. And that is not welcome. You can speak softly and quietly. Then I have understanding. But when you're causing all of that storm within me, then I'm telling you to sit down, take a seat, and wait until it becomes your turn. And it would give me, again within my mind, sort of an control over my process of emotions. It became very quickly able for me to point out what energy is present right here, right now, and why. What happened within a split of the second that made that rise. And again, just taking it back because I like the way she would pinpoint things out, the way she would speak, the way she would pronounce certain words. So that is what went on in my mind, her pronouncing the words in the way she could only pronounce it, right? And it will help me soothe my vessel because it came into a more light-hearted approach for me because it was done with humor. It wasn't total darkness and, it came into a more of a light energy, but I was still able to grasp the concept of it and have the understanding, the awareness of, oh, fear was triggered right here, right now. Why? And then going into that investigation within myself. I hope this makes sense. Maybe that's something you need to do within your own rights. Let's see what more will come from this, my angels. Is there more here? Reconnection, I think you say, but shake off the past and rise again. Revenge. Oh my God, that word. I don't know if you're able to see it. I'm just going to put my nail under it so you're maybe able to see it. But that word, can you see it? Yourself, and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful, just like we said it. Just like we said it. But if you don't walk through that fire, how would you ever be able to learn from it and transmute from it and gain power from it, right? A new world. And it's a new world that is waiting for you. There are many more things for you to discover, so don't give up. There is so much for you to discover and be aware of and tap into and acknowledge within yourself and throughout this journey, right? There are so many things, collective. There are so many things. I want to get one of these over here. They were, or do I? Or do we get something else? Actually, maybe one of these. And, ooh, Yes, we're gonna do one of these as well, but let's just see with this deck. What do you want, this collective spirit? Oh, that was receiving. And it came out again. And a same was reframe. So we're just gonna take them, right? But reframe. This is happening for me, not to me. Oh, I love that outlook. That is so true. That is so true. And that is truly getting one out of victim mentality, right? Of saying this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. It's a present. Like we said, every blessing. Oh, what did I say? Now it's totally gone. And that is just so true, right? It's happening for me, not to me. And that is so true. Just like I said with that, what was it? What I said with that, every lesson is a blessing, because that is true. And having that outlook can truly, truly take you out of Five of Pentacles, right? And then receiving every day, it becomes easier to receive the higher divine plan and to trust my inner guidance, right? Because there is a need for that. There is a need for that. Is there one more here? Spirit, trust. Oh, truly. And butterflies. Butterflies could be significant. Tongue tie for you. The butterflies on both of these cards. See that? Beautiful. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longing trust. You to know exactly how to handle them. Oh, sorry, I read that completely. Let's just do it again. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. Right. And it is, give it up to them. Let them take care of it. Let them deal with this. Let them help you in this moment of time, right? Trust your angel and trust the power and trust what you are being shown within your reality. And come into that release and that center and that stillness with you and figuring it out within yourself right now, right? But I want to see with an animal card for this collective. Oh. That is weird. Usually they're quite easy to shuffle, and now they're just stuck together like glue. Oh! Ah, two came out. Okay. So the zebra, let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all time. There's a lot to do with fear within this reading, right? There's a need for this collective to go eye to eye with that fear. Run towards it, right? And don't be afraid. Look it dead in the eyes. Again, take the power away from it and give that power to yourself. It's all about a question, so to speak, to yourself. How long will I allow myself to be navigated by fear and therefore not going in to the places of myself that I need to? Why is it that I carry so much fear? Where does that stem from? Why is it so hard for me to face my fears and step out of my comfort zone, to do something different, to look at it in another lens? And the blue heron, I think you say, right? Heron. Make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. Just like I said, my angels. Because that could be why, right? And that fear has a hold of you, being afraid of what other people may think, what other people may feel. But then again, ask yourself, why again am I allowing other people to have that control? Do I have that control to them? How they are choosing to live their lives? No. So why am I allowing someone that is not even me to have charge of me, to tell me what to do and what not to do? I am doing what feels right for me. And I don't have to make excuses for it for you to have understanding. I am living my life for me. At the end of the day, I am the one that has to lay my head on my pillow and be happy for the day I had. It is not you. And if you are so unpleasant with how I am doing my life, go do yours. Again, if people are so concerned, I think it's more what you tell yourself, again, fear-based, but if you are more concerned about how other people may view you, and you know for a fact that someone would have quite the opinion when it comes to the way you are choosing to reframe your life, so to speak, right? Doing things differently. Again, why? It's because they may have not a lot of other things going on within their life. And it's always easier to pinpoint out to someone else what they are doing wrong within their eyes instead of go doing that themselves, right? So if you come across a person like that, learn to speak your truth, to stand up for yourself, to have the understanding of, well, that's your thoughts. Honey, that's your emotions. That's the way you choose to view the situation. But I am not wearing your eyes, nor am I on your journey of self-discovery or the way you want to live your life. Your goals and your visions are not mine. Just like the burdens you may be finding yourself because you think, if I was supposed to do this, I would feel this and this and this. Okay, that's again your emotions. Don't put your emotions onto me. And just like the other way around, collective, don't hold yourself captive to, again, a scenario you're building up here. Most people in this world do not care what you are doing. Release that. Come into a place where you don't care. Because again, you have more understanding for yourself. You have more of an outlook of, I'm doing this to make me happy, and this truly makes me happy. So who are you to tell me that this isn't right? Does it make sense? That's beautiful, collective. There are shifts happening, and again, it makes sense with all of the phases we are going through right now within the cosmos, right? It's big energy. It's very big. It's very big. Whew. Well, that was good. I'm finding myself quite drawn to these as well. So let's just see if there's something here. And it could be due to the fact that we are, again, like I just said, within the moon, but the astrology cards. So let's just see for this collective. Is there something here, my angels? Transit, like we said it, right? So you are in transit. Number 55 could be a significant number. So let yourself transform, right? Don't be afraid of it. Welcome it. It's a gift for you. And that saying of the past is the past, the present, it's a gift, and the future is still unknown. That came to my mind. You could love that. You could come across that, or you will come across it. But you are in transit right now. You are very much shifting. In the 6th house. So again, there's a need, and that's number 44. You could be seeing quite the mirrored numbers with the 5-5 and the 4-4. You could be seeing that a lot. Maybe at your watch as well. Be noticing the mirrored numbers, but finding that balance within yourself, right? Within the alignment of your chakras. Getting into alignment with yourself in this moment of time. Go out into nature, sit with yourself, like we said within the beginning, finding an outlet for you, collective, that works, where you're finding yourself being more at a center, being more in this release feeling within your whole vessel, right? I just want one more, my angels, for this collective. Not gonna take that. One more for this collective. Okay, 2 came out. And then we have 46 and we have 18. So the 8th house, right? The mystery. And I think it's to tie into this, the transit, right? Of the grounding, of coming into alignment with all of your chakras, right? And that could be something, again, you need to do today. If you have crystals that you can put, like, for your all of your chakras throughout your body, and you have the right crystals to put on it, maybe tonight lay down and just let yourself be balanced, put on some specific herbs and just be in that center. Again, with this eclipse that we have tonight, the lunar, right? It is quite big energy. And that could be something you need to do. But the 8th house, the mystery, and then the sun. I want to see that with the 8th house here. Number 46. If your character were a village map, the enlightened house would be on the corner of the red light district next to a moterier, I don't know what that is, and a savings, what in the world, and loan bank, and a saving and loan bank. I guess that makes sense. It is a private house where we deal with things we don't talk about in public. Sex, death, debt, loan, physic, phenomenons. Here we deal with other people's resources and how they are exchanged, money, bodies, thoughts, and work, and how we inherit goods and attitudes. This house can feel uncomfortable, but it's a place where we can transform. And again, you are in transit. You are transforming when it comes to this. I'm just going to read down to the challenges. I think that's the one that's significant here. It can be tempting to manipulate by withholding love, power, or money, and hard to step away when someone else is jerking those change. That ties in perfectly to the reading. Because again, with those red flags within the beginning, go watch it if you haven't. It makes so much sense, my angel. It really does. And then we have the sun, the source. Again, having that belief and that connection to source, to spirit, to the divine. And again, asking them for signs, right? Asking them for guidance within this moment of time to help you through that transit, the transitions that you are going through and that you are coming into. It would be a big season, so to speak, that this collective is coming to within themselves, emotionally and physically. Well, let's just see. When it comes to angel numbers, and we're gonna do initials after this, but angel numbers or significant dates, or it could be your house number, it could be your car plate, it could be numbers that you see in your day-to-day that stands out to you, your birthday as well, right? And that was 5. I think this is 6. So 6, 5, 5, and we have 3, 90, and 20. Could be significant numbers as well. But the 20th of May, right? And of June. And the next month, maybe March, the 20th of March could be a date that you need to write down. That could be a significant date where something, again, maybe something happens or you're feeling something within you taking place. But that could be very significant. And again, with the 5, 5, it stands out. So we're just gonna take some initials here to see. So if you want to write them down and see what it spells out for you, it should be something to tie you to this reading. Either you have been asking for a specific thing to come out, and this would be spelling it, or it would be, again, your name, your person's name, people connected to this as well. It could be work, whatever, right? But D, and V. Beautiful, my angels. Beautiful. Wait, and what was that? That was I. That came out again. All right, my angels. That was the reading for today, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for tapping in, for tuning in and listening, and I wish you a very pleasant Moona. I think it's gonna be magical. But I will be seeing you another day, another time in another reading. Bye, my angels. Bye.